Welcome to Daily Stoic Practice, your compass to navigate the complexities of modern life with ancient wisdom. Do you know that, according to recent studies, nearly 90% of people will experience at least one major life crisis before they turn 50? That's 9 out of 10. Think about that. Tough times aren't an anomaly, they're a certainty. They don't ask for permission. They don't knock politely before entering your life. They just arrive unannounced, flipping everything upside down. You felt it. We all have. And when you're in the middle of it, when the world feels like it's closing in, the question is always the same. How do I keep going? The ancient Stoics asked this same question centuries ago. They lived in chaotic times, surrounded by uncertainty, injustice, and suffering. Yet instead of drowning in despair, they chose to rise above it. They developed tools, mental frameworks, to help navigate life's harshest storms. These tools weren't abstract theories meant for scholars. They were practical, grounded, and deeply human. They left us mantras, simple yet profound reminders that serve as guiding lights in life's darkest moments. What makes these mantras so important is their simplicity. They don't promise to make the pain disappear, but they give us a way to face it, to endure it, and to grow from it. Whether you're reeling from a breakup, navigating career uncertainty, or grappling with profound loss, Stoic wisdom offers clarity and strength. It cuts through the noise, bringing us back to what truly matters. In this video, we'll be exploring 3 transformative Stoic mantras. Memento Mori, remember you will die. Amor, Fati, love your fate. And the Dichotomy of control, focus only on what you can control. Each one carries centuries of wisdom, yet their relevance in today's unpredictable world is shocking. So let's take a closer look at these principles and uncover how they can guide us through life's inevitable storms. The Stoics didn't promise an easy life, but they offered us the tools to live it well, and perhaps even to thrive. Before we begin, please subscribe and tap the notification bell so you never miss out on more amazing videos like this. Let's get started. 1. Memento Mori, remember you will die. Memento Mori. At first glance, it might feel like a grim reminder, a phrase cloaked in shadows. Remember, you will die. But the truth is that it's not about despair. It's about clarity, about perspective. Marcus Aurelius, the Roman emperor and Stoic philosopher, put it best. You could leave life right now. Let that determine what you do and say and think. Death isn't the enemy. Your main enemy is forgetting to live while you're still alive. We waste so much time on trivialities, consumed by fleeting frustrations and endless distractions. Memento Mori snaps us out of that haze. It's a call to wake up, to recognize the gift of the present moment. Instead of seeing it as morbid, see it as liberating. It's not a countdown, it's a compass. It asks you to strip away what doesn't matter and focus on what does. If we all carried the awareness of life's fragility, imagine how much more deliberate, how much more alive we would be. Do you find yourself constantly stressed over work deadlines? We've all been there. Hours lost to overthinking, chasing perfection, or worrying about things no one will remember a year from now. Memento Mori reminds us that our time is finite. Ask yourself, do I want to spend these precious hours on anxieties that don't serve me? Or would I rather focus on what truly matters, on creating, connecting, living? Regret has a way of creeping into our minds. Missed opportunities, unsaid words, paths not taken. But instead of letting regret paralyze you, let Memento Mori reframe it. Every moment is a fresh chance. Don't dwell on what you've missed. Instead, ask, what can I do with the time I have left? Life is like a sand timer. Think of it for a moment. Every grain that falls represents a moment you've already lived, irretrievable, unchangeable. But the grains on the top, that's your future. The catch is, you don't know how many grains are left. This isn't meant to scare you, it's meant to focus you. The Romans had their own way of staying grounded. When a victorious general returned from battle, crowds cheering, parades erupting, glory all around, behind him stood a servant who whispered, "Memento Mori." Why? To remind him that no matter how high he climbed, life's impermanence remained. It wasn't meant to deflate success, but to keep him humble, aware, and present. In modern terms, think of those moments when you get caught up comparing yourself to others on social media. The curated highlights, the endless pursuit of likes and validation. It's exhausting. Memento Mori cuts through that noise, pulling you back to the things that matter. Meaningful relationships, growth, and passions that ignite your spirit. We live in a world obsessed with speed and distraction. Social media demands our attention. Algorithms feed our insecurities. And society tells us more money, more recognition, more success is always the answer. But is it? At the end of your life, will you remember the hours spent scrolling, the promotions you chased, or the relationships and experiences that truly shaped you? Memento Mori asks you to reflect. If this were my last day, how would I want it to look? Not in a dramatic bucket list way, but in the small, meaningful moments. A conversation with someone you love, a project you're passionate about, a decision to finally let go of something that no longer serves you. Every day, pause and ask yourself, if this were my last day, how would I spend it? Not fearing death, but committing to life. Let that question guide your decisions. Are you clinging to grudges that drain you? Delaying something important because you assume there's always more time? Living by someone else's definition of success? Memento Mori isn't about fearing death. It's about using its inevitability as fuel to live a life that matters. A life of purpose, intention, and joy. You can start by writing down 3 things that matter most to you. Then each day, take one action, big or small, that honors those priorities. Calling a friend, starting that project you've put off, or simply sitting in gratitude for what you have. Memento Mori reminds you that life is happening now. This mantra isn't a burden, it's a gift. It whispers, don't wait, don't waste, don't sleepwalk through your days. The clock is ticking, yes, but that's exactly what makes each moment so profoundly valuable. Embrace it, live it. Let Memento Mori remind you that while death is inevitable, a meaningful life is always within reach. 2. Love your fate. Always remember that life doesn't come with a blueprint. It doesn't ask for your permission or follow your carefully laid plans. The job you thought was yours slips through your fingers. The relationship you poured yourself into ends without warning, or a missed flight, a delayed promotion, a diagnosis you never saw coming. These moments can feel like betrayals, like life itself has turned against you. This is where Amor Fati steps in. Love your fate, not tolerate it, not begrudgingly accept it, love it. It's a call to embrace every twist and turn, every hardship, every detour, as if you'd chosen it. Friedrich Nietzsche, one of Stoicism's most powerful modern interpreters, captured the essence of Amor Fati perfectly. My formula for greatness in a human being is Amor Fati, that one wants nothing to be different, not forward, not backward, not in all eternity. It's not about pretending hardships don't hurt. It's about seeing them as necessary steps in your journey, as raw material for your growth. Let's take a simple example. You're stuck in traffic, the kind that makes your jaw clench. The old you might be fuming, letting frustration eat you up inside. But with Amor Fati, you pause and say, this moment is mine. Maybe it's a chance to listen to that podcast I've been meaning to start, or practice patience. The traffic isn't against you, it's for you. Missed opportunities, failed projects, heartbreak, they often feel like life's cruelest jokes. But Amor Fati offers a different perspective. The rejection letter wasn't a door closing. It was a redirection to something that aligns better with your path. The ended relationship wasn't a waste. It was a necessary chapter for your evolution. Amor Fati teaches you to trust that even the pain has meaning. Instead of why me, you ask, what is this teaching me? Thomas Edison's story personifies Amor Fati. In 1914, his factory burned to the ground, destroying years of work and millions of dollars in equipment. Watching the inferno, Edison didn't collapse in despair. He told his son, "Go get your mother. She'll never see a fire like this again." He saw it not as an end, but as a chance to rebuild. With insurance money and his resilience, Edison innovated further. Life's obstacles can be like a forest fire. It may seem like destruction, but it clears space for new growth. This perspective is especially powerful in our modern world. We can feel magnified stress from daily life, an angry email, canceled plans, or social media critiques. Even these smaller stresses can feel like personal attacks. Amor Fati urges us to reframe them. The angry email is a chance to practice grace under pressure. A canceled meeting opens time for something else. Even the frustration of social media's endless comparisons can remind us to detach from trivialities and focus on the real. So, next time life doesn't go as planned, take a breath and say, Amor Fati. Then ask, what can I learn from this? And how can this make me better? It's not about believing everything is perfect, but trusting that everything can serve a purpose, if you let it. Eventually, you stop resisting life's currents and start flowing with them. And that's freedom. You realize that even the bumps and bruises are part of your unique story, shaping a more resilient, wiser you. 3. The dichotomy of control. Focus only on what you can control. Life often feels like a relentless tug of war between your hopes and reality. There's what you wish would happen, like a dream job, a perfect relationship, the recognition you crave, and then there's what actually unfolds, messy and unpredictable. This chase to control everything leads to burnout and disillusionment. That's where the dichotomy of control comes in, a staple of Stoic philosophy. Some things are up to us, and some things are not. Epictetus phrased it succinctly. It is not events that disturb people, it is their judgments concerning them. Real peace comes from focusing on what's within your control, your actions, thoughts, and attitudes, and letting go of the rest. That's not giving up. It's choosing battles where you can make a difference. Think about social media, which can spin your mood on a dime. A critical comment or low engagement can ruin your day if you're chasing external approval. But you can't control how people respond. You can only control the quality of your content and the dignity of your interactions. Another example is job hunting. You can't control the outcome of an interview, but you can prepare thoroughly and show up confidently. Same with relationships. You can't force someone to love or respect you, but you can choose how you treat them and how you react to their behavior. This principle isn't just an idea, it's a daily practice. Instead of wasting energy on the ocean waves you can't stop, focus on steering your ship. Worrying about external factors, public opinion, random misfortunes, other people's decisions, drains you. Concentrating on what you can influence, your work ethic, your kindness, your personal goals, empowers you. A quick exercise. Write down everything stressing you out, from minor annoyances to major worries. Then mark which items you can truly control. Let go of what you can't. For items you can shape, channel your energy there. This shift in mindset is massive. It reclaims your personal power, reduces needless stress, and fosters a clear perspective on how to navigate life's uncertainties. When you align your efforts with what's within your control, you become more resilient. You're no longer paralyzed by external chaos. You're anchored in your ability to make choices, to respond with intention. Admiral James Stockdale, a U.S. Navy officer held captive for years in Vietnam, famously credited the dichotomy of control for his survival. He couldn't change his captor's cruelty, but he could decide how to endure it with dignity, focusing on his own resolve. Ultimately, the dichotomy of control liberates you from feeling like a victim of circumstance. It's not about ignoring outside influences, but about investing your energy wisely, where it can actually make a difference. In a noisy, often chaotic world, it's like finding the eye of the storm, a calm, focused center where you can act with clarity and intention. Tough times are inevitable. That's one of life's guarantees. You will face days when the weight of the world feels too heavy, when nothing goes according to plan, and when the pain of loss, failure, or uncertainty grips you. But another certainty is your ability to choose how you confront these moments. Memento Mori reminds us that our time is finite, encouraging us not to squander it on trivialities. If each day is precious, then each day is an opportunity to love more fully, to speak truth where it matters, to pursue passions that nourish your spirit. Death isn't the end of the story, it's the reason to live with urgency. Amor Fati tells us to embrace life's curveballs. A traffic jam, a heartbreak, or a failed plan isn't a punishment, but a potential teacher. Loving your fate isn't naive optimism. It's trusting that every experience, good or bad, helps shape who you're becoming. You're not surrendering to suffering. You're converting it into personal growth. Then the dichotomy of control instructs you to focus your energy on what you can change and let go of what you can't. This is how you stay balanced in the storm, by not wasting your inner strength on factors outside your grasp. When you master this, you experience a profound freedom and peace, even amid chaos. Together, these Stoic principles form a toolkit. They're not about promising an easy life, but equipping you to face a hard one with determination and grace. It's about channeling your energy toward the right battles, welcoming lessons from hardship, and cherishing each day with the awareness that tomorrow is never promised. Now imagine living each moment guided by these mantras. When life tests you, and it will, you pause, you breathe, you recall, this is temporary, this is for me, and I get to control how I respond. You can choose gratitude over bitterness, constructive action over helplessness, and love over fear. No matter how chaotic the world becomes, your mind, your perspective, your choices, those are always within your domain. Every day you can affirm, I remember life is fleeting, so I live it fully. I love my fate, so I learn from every twist. And I focus only on what I can control. It's that straightforward, yet that transformative. If this resonates with you, please like and subscribe to Daily Stoic Practice and share your insights in the comments. Your thoughts may inspire others on their own journeys to inner peace and resilience. Don't miss our daily videos, insightful discussions, and practical tips for applying Stoic principles to your modern life.